સમજો, be attentive, that's all. એમ બધું છે, એમાં કાફી ચીજ છે. I don't think I'll finish this explanation today. So it is one of the most important, you can say, or the most important, not one of the most important liturgical ceremony. Liturgical ceremonies, rituals that a Zoroastrian may perform. Largely speaking, everything is done in India, or we can say Mumbai, Matai, Chudwara, Surat, Navsari. Barring these 4 places, I don't think you have various other places of worship where you have these Vendidad prayers being done at the moment. So it is called inner liturgical. The certain ceremonies are differentiated as inner liturgical ceremony or outer. Inner means je paumel ni andar, pavi ni andar je thai, they are called inner liturgical ceremonies, which inner liturgical. So inner is the starting with normal Baj, je Mohammed Sahib every day apne kariye, Baj Afargan Farokshima. We are not supposed to, or it is not supposed to enter that pavi area while the prayer is on. So that is Baj kariye. Otherwise, the next version would be Yasna. One Visparad is part of Yasna and Vendidad. So they are liturgical ceremonies, or they are also called Paumel ceremonies. And the area is called Pavi or Urvisga. તેને ઉર્વિસગા કરીને મોબેરી ટર્મ્સમાં કહેવાય તે એરિયાને. Can be performed without the presence of alat. So alat is a certain set of equipments which are required to carry out this ceremonies. તેમ લખેલું છે. Without the alat, you cannot do. You cannot do any of these inner ceremonies. The very basic alat is what we have learned in our Havan Ge, Barsam. Without Barsam in the hand, left hand of a Mohammed side, you can't recite any of these prayers. To take main alat che. Even the Padan is ideally called an alat for a Mohammed. અને અસલના ટાઈમમાં એવું હતું કે હવે ઇન ધ આર્મી પેલા કોઈએ કઈ એ કર્યું તો જનરલ પેલા ખેંચી નાખે, એના બેચ ખેંચી નાખે, તેમ તો મોહમ્મદ વુડ છે કે પડાન ખેંચી લે. So Padan is one of the very important alat. So many times when I notice some people accidentally entering a toilet area with pagri on and Padan on, મને એટલું દુઃખ થાય કે આ લોકોને એટલી પણ અક્કલ નથી કે પડાન સાથે આપણે ટોયલેટ એરિયામાં નહીં જવું જોઈએ કરીને. પણ but that's the sad part of it. કે આલાત, it's we don't understand કે પડાન કેટલું important છે આપણા વાસ્તે. So that's what I wanted to say. પછી અહીંયા લખેલું છે, we all know number of these wires, that is Barsamni WhatsApp, which everyone knows, 35 wires for Vendidad. Rituals are broadly divided based on functions. So rituals related to events in a person's life, birth, marriage, death, navjot hoy. So the rituals are classified as they have compulsory ceremonies, which is marriage, death, navjot, but compulsory for the Zoroastrian church. Then there is something called purification and consecration ceremonies, like your normal Kasti prayer che, Sadhu Nan che, or Bareshnum. Bareshnum is for and carrying out the Vendidad. And then we have the liturgical ceremonies, which is what I just spoke about. Outer liturgical will be your Afargan Farokshi Satum. Why outer? Because it can be done even at home. You need not have a pavi. Jashan che te badu. It is called outer liturgical ceremony, which normally even a Bedin can do it at home. Bedin has been doing Tipan Kari Sake TV prayers, outer liturgical ceremonies. Brief explanation che, Yasna is what sacrifice worship from root years to worship che. What is Visparat, the next level? Yasna basically, each of these categories of prayers che, there are certain chapters. For Yasna chapters, we call them as Ha. So apre boli Yajasteno, Bottermo Ha, or Ya Unavat Gata, so Yasna Ha 28, Yasna Ha. When it comes to Visparat, we say Karda. So Yasna has 72 chapters or 72 Has. Visparat will have 23 Kardas. The chapters are called Kardas. And what is Visparat? It is ideally a part of Yasna only, but it is only done on special occasions. Special occasion like Ghambar ne divase karina. It is a festival time jane, seasonal che Visparat. It is just an addition to Yasna, and it is not ke Yasna ki puri karo ne pachi Visparat start karo. The chapters, 23 chapters of Visparat are in between after certain prayers are over. It's like Aunavat Gatha na finished thaya prayer, 28 to 34 Yasna Ha. So there is something invocation of Aunavat Gatha nu praise jevu che. So that is Karda number 14 ma. Our Avastha nu je brochure che, tena par you must have noticed that Ava Pado, Ava Jaste, Ava Ushi Darayadweb, and then I've given a translation part also. Ki O Mazayasni, arise, awake, our pado, our justice. So in your hand, carry a book, enlighten yourself, enlighten the community. Pachiti, Varezai Peri, Adaityanam, Aratyanam, Duzvarshtanam. So do timely work, do righteous work, and refrain away from all the negativities. Te aku masta paragraph che, that is Karda 15 માં છે. Whisperer Karda 15 માં છે. Our pado, our justice. And what is Whisperer? Literally meaning all periods. Whisper એટલે all, and Rad is from Ratu, Gujarati Rutu. એટલે સિઝનલ ટાઈમની પીરિયડની એ છે. અને નાવરનો જ્યારે બચ્ચું નાવર થાય, ઝોરાસ્ટ્રિયન પ્રીસ્ટ ઓન ધ 4th day the whisperer usually is done with invocation of deity, different deities નો હોય. તો 4th day પર જ્યારે બચ્ચાને ઘેરે મોકલે તે પહેલા યજ્ઞ કરાવે, that is yasna alongside whisperer, and it is called Dada Dormasne. So invocation of Dada Dormas is on the last day of the Navar. 4 days ની yasna થાય તેમાં. તો ત્યારે લખેલું છે 4th day of Navar of a young Zoroastrian. પછી Vendidad, coming to the main up to Vendidad શું છે? So literally means law against demons. We એટલે to go away, as we say Fravarane we Mazdayas and Zarathustra we devo urat kesho. So Vendidad word is from we devo data. Vendidad comes from we devo ne data. So laws to stay away from the deva. We devo data. Those are the 3 words. Law against demons, wherein we stays longest of all rituals having 22. The chapters are called Pargarad. Vendidad ne chapter ne Pargarad kehvay. So 18 Pargarad is our portion for the year, for the semester. Most of the inner liturgical okay java de avastha we devo data pelvi is jut dev dad. Pelvi ma apne jut word boliye એટલે separation ne vaste. So jud dev dad is the word, equivalent word for Vendidad in Pelvi. Thus, Vendidad is a text of rules to stay away from evil, which could be physical, emotional. Longest of all rituals. 4 types of devas are mentioned, that is physical, mental, moral, and spiritual. The Vendidad is about laws, customs, and traditions. It is only one of the surviving nas. 21 nas mati apni પાસે જે રહેલું છે તે gifted by Prophet Zarathustra to kings. Okay, Javadev, tradition states, Javadev. Okay, 21 nas put together, mind you, I think for an Avastan student, we all should know. So put together, it had a total of 1200 chapters with about 4.4 lakh Avastan words. Can you imagine? તે બધા નો નોમિનેટિવ ને એક્યુઝેટિવ યાદ રાખવાનું તો કેમ પણ કરતા આપણે. So now, હાજી કાઈ એટલે એ પર પ્રેઝન્ટેશન બનાવી દેવાશે. તો કઈ નહીં, પાછું ને પાછું ખાલી I am just giving an introduction. Varu. Okay. Varu. But I'll have to give in a proper form. I તો મેં બહુ બધું ઠોકઠાક કરેલું છે. But I think there is lot of these notes છે, I don't know, notes નું correlate છે કે શું છે. There are a lot of notes given na, short notes, long notes about Vendidad. I have not seen that. I may મારા રીતના બનાવેલું છે. But anyways, I'll add this to it. But I આપી દેવાશે તમારું presentation આખું તૈયાર થઈ જશે. That is why I'm not giving. Anyways, so 4.4 lakh words is what we had. Now it is limited to around 83,000 words. Avasthan આપણી પાસે છે currently હવે. Sum total of everything. So obviously there will be one root થી કેટલા noun, the same root થી અલગ થતા હશે. But so far we can think of about 83,000 words is what we have. I think it will be more than that because Gatha itself કેટલા થી ગાથામાં કે 5 વધારે words તો થઈ જાય છે. Repetitive. પછી it belongs to Dati group. ઠીક છે. Vendidad is prayer at night. Why night? Purpose of praying Vendidad at night is, purpose is in memory of departed ones. પછીથી Vendidad ઘરે થાય. Consecration of Atash Adaran. ઘરે કેટલા થાય? 9 times Vendidad prayer થાય. When it comes to consecration of Atash Beram, 1128 times. Over 16 fires plus 3 plus 30 equal to 1161. All in Sarosh Shnuman. Sarosh યજ્ઞના દીતિ તરીકે Vendidad થાય. Saroshni Shnumanમાં. Consecration of Atash Beram requires recitation of Vendidad 1161 times. 1161 times Vanidad prayer થાય. Vanidad is also prayed as Maratab initiation. Maratab is Martabo. Martabo means higher level. When a Zoroastrian child, boy, એટલે priest જે હોય તેને પહેલા first level is called Navar, ને પછી તે second level, junior B and senior B and MA થાય, so that is called Maratab. So Martabo is second level. So during Martab, Vanidad is prayed. During Navar, only Yasna is prayed. Okay, ji? પછી નિરંગદિન વખતે we have to pray Vanidad as part of Hamayasht. Hamayasht is what? 144 મોટી હમાયશમાં વનીદાદ થાય. 144 હમાયશ કરેલી. I think the last we heard was સુરતમાં થયેલી હતી couple of years back. હમાયશ. તેમાં 144 વનીદાદ થયેલા હતા. So which means you have to have some at least 8-10 pairs of morbets. આજે આઈ બે બેઠા, કાલે પેલા બે બેઠા અને full night બનવાની. So then they will need rest. It all depends how many pairs of morbets you have accordingly. So it may last the whole month or more than a month. Tempan thai sakte. It is generally not done on Anera and Roj as month changes, and also it is not done on Ama Roj. It amnamna kadas karta thaya hoy, but generally as a practice Ama Roj nahi thatu hoto. You know why? Because of wastage of water karile. That DT as a kind of paying respect to Ama Yazar nahi karta hota. There is also something called Vanidad Sade. There is something also called Vanidad Sade. What is this? It is a plain recitation of just 22 chapters of the text. In Ushain Ge, it is done without any ritual. It is done by a single priest. Instead of બે priest જે જોઈએ, તેને બદલે single priest માં done in a clean place, clean environment, in the presence of fire divo. તેમાં કે બીજું rituals, બીજું બધું મૂકવાનું તે નહીં. No, સાદે means કોઈના ઘેરમાં ગનાઓ કરાવે છે આજકાલ. નવું ઘેર લઈશ ત્યારે કે મને તો બની જા. So if you feel કે ભાઈ evil calamity કે મારા ઘેરમાં negativity બહુ છે બધું, ત્યારે કરાવે. Or when someone passes away, ડુંગરવાડી પર પણ in the bungalow, if they find someone તો કે આખી રાત તે ભણતર કરી જાઓ કરીને. So that is called Vanidad Sade. તે છે. એટલે સાદો. Sade means સાદો Vanidad. On an average at least 5 hours. At least 4.5. It can vary from 4.5 to 6.5 hours also. It all depends. Continues at a stretch. Okay. પછી આ એક નલ્લું શું ચીજ છે? માઈજી સમજો. Sad story about maligning and attack on Vanidad. So એમ કહેવાય છે, આ બે ત્રણ જણના નામ લખેલા છે. Dr. John Wilson, who built the Wilson College in Mumbai, lectured in 1833 on negativity of Vendidad. Jesus wanted to run the Zoroastrians down. હવે they felt કે ગાથા Zoroastrian એટલે ગાથા જોવું જોઈએ ખાલી. કે ગાથામાં આ નથી લખ્યું, કાંઈ કે છે નહીં. તમે આ બધી શું તરીકત કેવો છે, આ ritual, આ custom. It is not there. ગાથામાં કહો છે, where is it mentioned? But Gatha is a very small subset of the whole of Yasna also, or Vendidad also. Gatha is ekdam nallu શું છે? It is only 17 chapters out of 72. So he was putting wrong allegations about the content of Vendidad, like why not to touch Nasesalar. Nasesalarને આપણે ટચ નહીં કરવાનો, આપણે દૂરથી આપણે કંઈ પણ કરવાનો. ઘણી વખત અમે લોકો બૂમ પાડીએ છીએ, પેલા કોઈ લોકો એમ જ તેને પૈસા હાથમાં આપવા જાય કે એમાં શું છે, રિસ્પેક્ટ છે, પણ દૂરથી મૂકીને કહો તમે અહીંયાથી લઈ લો, તો તે વિલ નો, દે અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ કે આપણે દૂર રહેવાનું છે, એ લોકો અડકેલા છે, એ લોકોને નવાનું છે, આપણે દૂરથી મૂકવાનું કરીને. સો તે કહ્યું. And some Parsi youths fell into the trap by the name Hormusji, Pestanji and Dhanji Navroji. They converted to Christianity in 1839. ને પછી તે કોઈ બીજા પ્રોફેસરે કહ્યું suggested reading Gatha instead of Vendidad, leading to shift and diluting the importance of Vendidad. હવે I think જે છે this is part of your notes also, but I think more નલ્લાસા છે, બીજું પણ છે same. I'll just skip this. I'll come back to this if we have missed out anything. Because અહીંયા સેમ ચીજ આ બ્રીફમાં છે, તમે શાયદ મેં જરા વધારે ઇલેબોરેટ કરેલું જ. સો Pargarad 1, this number bracketમાં જે છે ને, that indicates the number of paragraphs every chapter comprises. So Pargarad 1 has 21 paragraphs. Now paragraph did not be of the same meter, same length, નથી કોઈ મોટો કોઈ નલ્લો તેવું પણ છે. It is related to geography, mentions good and bad places to inhabitate. Auramazda created 16 cities against which Ahriman created opposition. તો અહીંયા લખેલું છે ક્રિએશન ઓફ Auramazda ને ઓપોઝિટ સાઇડ ટેબલ છે Ahriman. ઔરમઝે આઈડિયાના ભેજો બનાવ્યું, which is the ideal location for mankind to live and flourish. તો હરેમને સરપંચ ને વિન્ટર બનાવ્યું. વિન્ટર મીન્સ નોટ અવર વિન્ટર, એકદમ પેલું સિવિયર વિન્ટર, અનબેરેબલ વિન્ટર. પછી there is something called સોગડિયા ને અહીંયા છે લોકસ which kills cattle and plants. હરેમને બનાવ્યું. આ બધા વર્ડ્સનું મને પણ નામ નથી. I just have picked it up. મોરું છે તો that is plunder and sin. બકડીની સંભે ants છે. So I think this I will not give you. I તમારે એક્ઝામમાં પણ બહુ એ થશે. આ કે જરૂરી નથી. ઓકે. Pargarad 2, 43 chapters relates to history. It talks about the life of King Jamshed, his first and second fall. પછી એમને પ્રોફેસી આપવા કરેલી હતી કિંગ જમશેદને, પણ he became very arrogant. That's the story. So પછી એમને પ્રોફેસી નહીં મળી, because during the time of King Jamshed આપણા હોમ યશમાં છે કે Pita Putrascha Rodeshwa Katarasit. Means Pita and Putra, they were almost of the same size, well built. Hardly a difference of 15 years between the two. So they both moved like friends together. And people used to stay for 100 years plus, 150 years, 170 years. No famine, no drought, no jealousy, no violence. Jov Jalali walo jamano Jamshed Padsha's time no uto. But then he thought that I myself am God. ઊંચ છે હું બધું, I મરેલી બધું થાઈશ કરીને. So the arrogance એમનો બિચારાનો downfall આવી ગયો. So King Jamshed created Varena castle to save plants, animals when Iran was under the influence of a severe winter. I 1 to 20 પણ જે છે, so that relates to some paragraphs related to I story. 21 to 43 માં King Jamshed ની I story છે. તે જે paragraph brackets માં લખેલા છે I. Okay, પછીથી Pargarad 3, 130 થવાય છે. I may have to stop in about few minutes from now. Pargarad 3 માં શું છે? Again it has 1 to 42, એટલે 42 paragraphs નું છે. Talks about 5 things which comfort the earth the most. That is ritual performance આપણે કરવાના. Families, you should have families where crops are grown, where cattle stay. તે છે. પછી talk about 5 things which discomfort. એટલે 5 સારી ચીજ, 5 ખરાબ ચીજ. તમારે મીનો ખરેટમાં બધું તેવું જ છે ને? સારી, હા. Animals which make a burrow where corpses are buried, structures are made on buried men, તે બધું discomfort વાળું છે. 5 things which rejoice the earth most, where corpses of men are dug out to pull down, where burrows are filled up. Okay, where ground is watered. There was plenty for burying a corpse. Penalty of 500 stripes with Aspae Ashtra. 500 stripes with Throsho Charana for half a year, double for a year. Penalty for burying a corpse. તે બધું paragraph 24 to 33 માં છે. It also talks about the joys and sufferings of the faith. આ બધું Pargarad 3 માં છે. Praise of agriculture, care of domestic animals, farming છે. What is Pargarad 4? Contracts and promises. Pargarad 4 is about, and it has overall 55 paragraphs. I think sum total of all this is about 900 and odd paragraphs. 921 can કહી છે શાયદ. Number of paragraphs in the whole of among 22 chapters of Vendidad. કે 900 ની ઉપરના paragraphs થાય છે recitation. It's 6 types of contracts. Oral, written, contract equivalent to value of a sheep, ox, man, fertile field. એવી રીતના બધા different types ના કરે એ છે. Penalties for breaking contracts, so whipping through Aspe Astra, તે બધું paragraph 1 to 16 માં છે. Instruments used to drive away noxious creatures. Assaults related, holding, punishing, smiting using a weapon. Penalties for blow, wound, bleeding, તે બધું paragraph 17 to 43 માં છે. Humdins should help each other in sharing knowledge. Paragraph 44 માં છે. First and last part of day and night to be used for increasing intelligence, while middle part of day to be used for rest. M લખેજ. Paragraph 45 માં. Promises not to be broken. Paragraph 46 માં છે. Aurangzeb prefers a married, prosperous and family man with children because he is in a better position to withstand evil. I think કાવાસ અંકલ બોલી ગયેલા થોડુંકોનો આઈ એમાં કે સારું બનીને નહીં રહેવાનું, પણ you can have family કરીને. Such a man will stay strong and healthy. It's part of paragraph 47-48. Penalties for breaking a promise, 700 times whipping. Maybe stop here. Fourth par band kariye.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, will you be sharing this? Because so much of information.
બહુ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ આવે સાહેબ તો પછી તમારું પ્રેઝન્ટેશન તો બધું તૈયાર થઈ જશે.
But we can order something different. We'll try to get some more information.
Sir, I'm recording this. Is that okay?
યા ડોન્ટ વરી. કરશે હું કઈ કરસ. ઘણો માલ મસાલા છે પણ I don't want to waste so many turns because then our portion will get affected. Otherwise portion self study માં કરી દેવાશે ને બધું. હવે ગ્રામર જ સેમ જ છે તો.
નહીં જી તમારી હેલ્પ જોઈએ સર એમ ના બોલો. આ બહુ જ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ છે.
તમે આવતા નથી અહીંયા તો આવતા નથી કોઈ.
સર
હું એકલો બેસું છું. હું તું ને મંગલદાસ છીએ ખાલી.
તમે એકલા
હા. अच्छा, in fact, Dr. Dubash were to give a presentation again, take એક દિવસ કરવાનું છે because there's lot of public demand, so we'll do that. Let us finish with those who have not. Jasmine Merchant, માઈ તમે કરી શકશો presentation? કરાશે?
Sir, I weekend